What is going on YouTube? It's Sank and I make videos on the stock market. Now before I get into NIO, I just want to highlight that I've always said that 2021 is going to be a fantastic year for everybody who's locked into this YouTube channel. This is the year that we elevate and we celebrate, right? We're taking our portfolios to the next level by investing in all the high growth plays that I give you guys, and we're going to celebrate that success together. Now I just want to highlight one of the comments I received from one of my subscribers this morning. It says, love from Ankara, Turkey. Thank you for Canon. Bought in at $3.80 on the 17th of December. This stock is now sitting very close to $6. So he's done very well with this investment. And guys, we are just getting warmed up, right? 2021 is just kicking off, and we're going to make sure we capture all of those opportunities. So do keep sending in all of your success stories. We like to hear it. Now with that said, let's jump into NIO. So alright guys, over at the Patreon we've been celebrating all morning because NIO has had a fantastic result. Headline figure, 7,007 vehicles. This blows a lot of expectations out of the water, even management's own guidance numbers, which at the low end was around 6,000, at the high end around 6,500, right? So they've come in 7,007, which represents about a 30% increase month on month. And this gives the business some serious momentum as we kick off 2021. Now, I want to highlight increase in vehicle sales across the board, across all of their models. That's their ES8, their ES6 and their EC6. Now, one thing I did note in one of my previous videos is that there's a lot of room to grow their vehicle sales in their EC6. It's their newest model, right? And they did just that, 65% increase month on month in their ES6 model. So fantastic result. One thing that's interesting is if you watch my previous video I did a couple of days ago, I said that NIO had a backlog of around 7,000 vehicles that they were working through, and it looks like they've completely worked through that entire backlog. This is an amazing result, and I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. So it looks like NIO has succeeded in increasing their production capacity to 7,500 units a month, like they always said they would. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see delivery numbers hitting that mark sometime soon. I'm talking next month or month after, which means NIO are going to look to increase that production capacity again. And they've come out and said they are targeting 12,500 units by the end of 2021. So the business momentum is very strong right now. So in terms of what happens next, I do think the market is going to react favorably because the market wasn't expecting such strong delivery numbers, right? So those of you who are holding NIO stock, you're in for a good day next week. Now, I know a lot of you might be wondering, should you be buying NIO stock on Monday? Because I've received that question from my patrons all throughout the day. Because this is why it's so important for you guys to establish your position in a play well before a catalyst takes off, right? Now, that's why my video that I did last week on what stocks to buy this week, I mentioned NIO is a play that you guys want to be considering loading up on because there's some near-term catalysts that are going to take off. Now, one being the December delivery numbers. And that's why over at the Patreon, I have my buy zone sheet that goes out every single day to ensure everybody knows what plays are in the buy zone so they can load up well before any catalysts take place. Now, because I have a very strong price target for NIO at the end of the year of around $100, if you buy in on Monday, by the end of the year, you're still going to be comfortably in the green, but you could have generated much better returns by establishing your position well before the catalyst takes place. Now, the good news doesn't just stop at delivery numbers because they're making positive headwinds with their battery of a service. Now, battery of a service is where a customer can purchase the car and lease the battery on a separate arrangement at a low monthly fee of around $150, somewhere around that mark. That's positive for the customer because it means they can purchase the car at a cheaper rate, but also it removes one of the pain points of an EV vehicle where the battery erodes over time, and they can swap out the battery for a more high performance battery in the future. And we know that NIO are coming out with a 150 kilowatt hour battery sometime soon, which is going to enable the car to drive longer on one single charge. Now, the battery of a service uptake for the December deliveries was 40%. This is up from 35% previously. So the business is moving in positive directions on all fronts. And battery of a service is a very powerful business model that NIO have that I don't think is factored into its share price or its valuation just yet, right? Because what it does is it provides NIO with regular monthly inflows. This is going to give the business cash flow protection. You guys know I like recurring business models. To put it into perspective for you, if the leasing, right, for one battery is around $150, and NIO have done 7,000 deliveries this year and the uptake is 40%, this gives them inflows of just over 400,000 per month, as this is around 5 million per year just from the December deliveries. So the next potential catalyst for the NIO stock price is obviously going to be NIO Day on the 9th of January, only a couple of days away now. Now we know NIO is set to announce their new sedan and give us an update on their autonomous driving, but what could really kick that share price into a new gear, right, is if they come out with something that we're not aware of yet. So we'll keep our ears and eyes peeled for that. So it's exciting times ahead for all of us holders of NIO. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time of the day it is. Question of the day time. This question comes from Julian. The question is OEG question mark. Now I've received this question from you guys all throughout the week and it's got a lot of likes and a lot of attention, so I know it's a hot topic, so I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on Orbital Energy Group. But guys, if you have any questions or comments for me or any companies you want me to look at, leave them down below for me. So first things first, if you don't know Orbital Energy, they're a penny stock that I introduced you guys to a couple of weeks ago. Now they're an acquisition company, similar to what we see with an Alpine 4. They go out and acquire different businesses, but in the energy sector, right? So they've got an interesting blend of subsectors within that. We're talking solar, we're talking power, and we're talking gas. Now, since I put you guys in this play a couple of weeks ago, a lot of us are up 25 or 30%, but I still think there's room to grow for a number of reasons, right? So their latest business update is that they've come out and they are doing a share offering worth $10 million. Now we've seen a lot of share offerings this year, from Tesla to NIO to a lot of different companies taking advantage of the higher share price, which they're then going to use those proceeds to grow their business. Now initially, always the share price comes down after an announcement of a share offering, which I've said you guys can take advantage of by buying the dip, and then they're going to reinvest that money, grow their business, so you're sitting on a better asset, which means it could be a win-win in the long term as well as the short term, right? So because they're an acquisition company, they're most likely going to use these proceeds to go and buy a business. Now it could be soon or it could be in a couple of months' time. We'll wait and see. But with acquisition companies, especially early stage acquisition companies, newer acquisition companies or small acquisition companies, when they announce an acquisition, this has a positive impact on the share price, right? So it's a good time to be thinking, if you're not already in Orbital Energy Group, to be loading up. So I just want to jump into their financials quickly and highlight a few things for you guys. This is a business that's sitting on cash of around $4 million. Now, this means that they're definitely going to want to use those $10 million in proceeds for acquisition purposes, so they can keep that $4 million in the business as a buffer, right? And another thing I want to highlight, really super important for you guys to know, is they have a backlog of around $52 million. This is huge, right? For a business that has under 70 million in market cap, right? A backlog of 52 million. And that backlog seems to be growing rapidly, right? Just the last quarter, the backlog was 46 million. So they've added a lot of millions, right, to that backlog in a short space of time. Now, this means if they can get through that backlog, right now, Orbital Energy Group is looking like a buy, right? Because that getting through that backlog is going to drive up their revenues and ultimately drive up their valuation and that stock price. And that's exactly what we want. Now, OEG is just one of many energy companies, right, that are set to take advantage of the rise that we are going to see in green energy. Now, we know Biden's set to take office soon and he's going to roll out his green energy plan, right, for a couple of $1 trillion, right? Companies like OEG are set to take advantage of that. So do consider loading up on some OEG. Come and join us in this play, right? Because I do think they're going to have a fantastic future ahead of them. So that brings us to the end of the video. Please hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. If you're new, do hit that subscribe button, become part of the Stockflix family, and also consider signing up for the Patreon, and you get access to the Discord, and I'm on there pretty much all day, every day, answering you guys' questions. So with that said, do check into the channel each and every day. The stock market is rapidly moving, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.